Hey guys, Kay here. We're back with another episode of Puzzle and Dragons. This time we're going to go over another box. We're going to review Odinstark's collection. So, let's take a look. He sent an email to us. Right now he's running a green team with Sylvie, Michael, Astaroth, Artemis, and Lisa. And he was wondering if there's any other better team that he can put together, and also what gods are good and what gods are not good in his box. So we're going to go through all that, starting with your red monsters. I'm looking through here and I notice you have a couple of really good ones, but you don't actually have enough in your red monsters to build a contending team. I feel like Tsubaki is the weakest dragon caller out of the three. And also, out of the Freyr and Minerva, Chiyomi, Belial, you got some decent fire monsters, but none of them are the extremely good fire leads. So for now, I would keep all your fire gods and kind of wait until you get one of those fire leads that can carry you into in-game. Let's look at your blue monsters. Your blue monsters include up to 5 possible leaders and up to 3 possible in-game content leaders. You are set with blue gods. You have Sumire, who is one of the Heart Cross leads that is A ranked right now in Japan. You have Ryun, who used to be A ranked, but now is close enough to be a B plus rank, just at the fringe of A. She can carry you from early game to late game very easily, and she's easy to play. So another great god. You have Isis, who is an excellent leader and a sub, especially because her skill is so quick when you fully awaken her. You have Orochi, who is a 2-prong master. He's one of the strongest 2-prong attack monsters in the game. Plus, you have Ionai, who you already started leveling up, and she can act as a great lead and a great sub for a couple of your teams that we are thinking about putting together for you. All you're missing now is a couple of complete board changers for maybe a Summer Erd or maybe a Scold to do some board changes. And you've got a team going there. Here we have Awoken Ionai. And you're currently on the first ultimate evolution of Ionai, and if you need to de-evolve her and then re-evolve her into the Awoken version, she gains a lot better stats, her abilities get tweaked a little bit, so it might be worth it to consider that. Possibly later in game, what you gotta do is you're gonna use Ionai and Ryun on that same team because they have pretty much the same leader skill, just a little bit of difference here and there. I personally like Ryun as a lead more because instead of the recovery, she actually gives you HP times 2. Everything else is the same. So you kind of think, all right, well, I'm gonna need Ryun as a lead, Ionai as a sub, and then you got Isis, who will act as one of your very quick to turn around skills, which is great because she also gives you bind reduction. Overall, Ryun team would fit your box a little bit better. If you do happen to roll and get a couple more Sumires, you'll be able to build a system team with her. I'm currently playing Sumire, and she is excellent. She is an A rank in-game content lead. So getting to know how to play the Heart Cross with a 5 orb blue with 1 enhanced will definitely start you on the right path of being able to use her late in game. And you can also use Ionai and Ryun as a sub for her until you get more suitable subs, the perfect subs, but they are actually very good already for her team. So Sumire, thumbs up. Here's Awoken Isis, another one that you might need to consider leveling, awakening as fast as you can, because she is your bind recovery. She is your damage reduction if you are not playing Sumire as the main, and she fits in her Awoken skills just help you so much. Of course, I'm not telling you to do all this at the same time. Depending on your costs, you might not even be able to afford having all of them awoken, and you might not be able to tackle all the dungeons and descends that the materials are needed for. But as you play slowly, patiently, gathering these materials, awakening each one, evolving each one, you'll start to see a power creep in your team, which is excellent because you already have so many pieces to your blue team. So that brings us to your green monsters, and you have a ton of green monsters, and you have really good green monsters. A lot of great gods. All of them are green row enhanced awakenings, which means you can build a green row team. And there's one monster in particular on your list of monsters that is excellent when she is fully awoken to handle that. And unfortunately, Michael doesn't fit in with her team as well. But without further ado, let's talk about her. Astaroth. The fully awoken Astaroth is much like the fully awoken archdemon Lucifer, but a green version of him. Her leadership skill becomes healer and devil types get HP 1.5 times increase and 1.5 times attack increase. And whenever you clear 6 wood orbs, she does it ×3. So there's the thing. If you pair up with another Astaroth, then you get both the boost for the type of cards and you get the boost for the 6 connected orbs. Plus, when you're typically doing 6 connected orbs, you're doing rows, and she has 3 row enhances. A lot of your monsters have row enhances. So that leads it into a perfect way to make your team be really, really strong. She is considered a rank tiered leader in Japan right now. Right up there with Lucifer, right up there with Sumire. So, like I said, really good monsters in your box. You just need to decide on one route and start building towards it. You have Awoken DQ XQ, or the potential to have DQ XQ Awoken, and she is excellent. Building a team around her, you kind of want to do light rows or blue rows. So you're looking at light and blue monsters mixed into this team that covers the pretty much the entire rainbow, right? You want dark wood, all those, just in case your combos need to trigger for that 4 times to activate. So let's talk about your teams. We have a few choices here. So if you decide to go the blue monster route and you want to just level all of them first, and that's your focus, fully awaken and all that, then this is my recommendation. Keep your eye at the evolution, fully awaken the awakenings, and then slowly as you progress, level up Ryun first, and then Isis, and then Orochi, and then Sumire. When Ryun hits Ultimate Evolution, you flip her over as the lead, and then that'll double your health. It'll make your team a lot tankier and easier to carry through, the rest of it. And when you fully awaken Isis, you'll be able to do some damage reduction, bind clears, a quick skill. She's just an all-around great sub. You can even make her the lead sometimes to kind of do something different. But Ryun is definitely the route I would go for. Easier to play, just all-around fun. And eventually, when you get to Sumire and you ultimate evolve her, the second ultimate evolution, you're going to need to use Orochi in that. You're going to need to use some other mixture of gods. Orochi is probably better as a skill inheritance because he doesn't fit in on water row teams. However, you could always use him as a 2-prong attack guy to clear some of the smaller single guys out. But he might be one of those that you rotate out and skill inherit him onto somebody else. Of course, you'll be looking for friends that have Reune or I, and you go from there. So, after blue, we got green. With your Astaroth at fully awoken state, don't use her before you fully awoken her, because she doesn't have the same leader skill until the fully awoken version. So what you want to do is still use your Michael team, still use your Sylvie team until you get to that point where she's fully awoken. And then if your Artemis is fully awoken, she's actually a devil type, I believe. Let's look at this real quick. Yep, she's a devil type, so she gets the benefit of the ability of a 1.5 times HP and attack. Ceres will also get the boost. You'll also have full boost on Parvati, but Ishida will not give you the boost. So he's purely there for his skill and his awakenings. If you find a better god to drop into that spot, you can. You could always drop in a Michael there if you want, because they do pretty much the same thing for your team. It's just a stat stick, and just check the active ability and see which one you like more. So there you have it for Astaroth. She's really strong. What you do is you change the board, do some green rows, kill everything, move on. And then here's your Awoken DQXQ team that I would recommend. You have all the colors covered, you have some delay, you have some board changers. The only thing you see here that you haven't noticed before is I added in El Kali and Wukong into your team, because Wukong's ultimate evolution is actually very, very good. Plus, you have 8 light rows, 7 water rows. So if you choose to do a water row and a light row, you'll get that much extra damage. Or if you just choose to do 1 or 2 of light rows, you still get that damage. So you have flexibility on what kind of orbs are left on the table. Plus, don't forget, you can do a light row and then match up the 4. You still have to match up the 4 colors. So that's where the flexibility comes in. If you have a lot of water, you do water row 1 time, and then you do all the other colors to match up 4 of other colors that's left over. Very good team. A lot of the monster has 2 prongs too, so you can actually attack with 2 prong, or you can attack with light rows. For a DQXQ team, you need that flexibility. It's all about flexibility with her. So that's it for your box review. Thank you for watching. Your box is excellent. You have great leads, you have awesome subs. I didn't even go through all the monsters, but just to give you an idea, you also have Susano. If you ultimate evolve him, his ability is excellent. He's an excellent sub. He's one of those that you can inherit his skill to anybody and it'll work for any team. You have rainbow leads, you have blue leads, you have green leads. Plus, if you ever get bored, you can use Anubis and learn how to do those 10 times combos. Honestly, you're in great shape, and a lot of people will be jealous of your box. So thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. And if you have any other questions or anybody else wants me to talk about whatever you guys want me to talk about, just comment and we'll go from there. See you around.